Polestar is an electric vehicle startup that broke onto the scene in 2017 with grand ambitions to take on Tesla and become a coveted EV brand.
A brand with the mission of guiding Star, a company that would lead the way and show where the modern car industry is going.
Polestar is tapping into the growing EV market, which is expected to reach $985 billion by 2027. The company has been selling a limited release performance hybrid and just recently brought its first fully electric car to market, the Polestar 2, to compete with Tesla's Model 3. It's also announced plans to start production of an electric SUV next year. Polestar was created by legacy automaker Volvo and Chinese auto giant Geely. It just recently raised $550 million in April and marks the first time the company has taken outside investment.
Volvo and Geely were the founding partners. We have a high interest in having investors with a clear conviction about the brand and a dedication in terms of long-term funding.
Plus, the company is up against an increasing amount of competition. The Swedish automaker was established in 2017, but before becoming an EV startup, the Polestar name was originally known for racing. Prior to leading Polestar, its CEO was the head of design at Volvo.
Design and making products that are highly desirable and beautiful and have that very strong, powerful Scandinavian design is one of the key elements we have very much in focus.
With all of the excitement in the electric vehicle space, the company has reportedly been exploring the possibility of going public. Polestar's first vehicle was a limited-run $155,000 hybrid, the Polestar 1.
2017, we launched the brand together with a car, and it is carbon fiber body on a hybrid chassis.
The automaker is only making 1,500 of the cars. Its next vehicle was an all-electric four-door sedan, the Polestar 2, which it started shipping last year.
Fully battery electric, we launched with 2 electric engines, over 400 horsepower.
Pricing of the vehicle starts at $59,900 with different price options depending on motor and battery configuration. The initial rollout hit some bumps in the road. There was a safety recall due to faulty inverters, with about 4,500 vehicles impacted. Polestar hasn't released any sales numbers, but analysts estimate it has been selling well. The company is looking to increase sales in the US with its upcoming SUV.
A new electric architecture for this as a base, super nice SUV on it, high tech with capabilities in there, which of course will prepare for the road towards autonomous drive.
Little has been announced about the car, but Polestar says it will go into production in 2022. The company has also announced 2 additional vehicles for down the line: the Precept, a futuristic concept-looking car, and the Zero project, which is set to be released by 2030.
Project Zero, that was clearly about declaring that moonshot goal of bringing a car that has a zero CO2 burden when it leaves the factory gate.
While relatively new, Polestar has benefited from its relationship with Volvo, giving it a solid foundation to build its cars.
We do not have to reinvent, reinvest and do everything from scratch when it comes to logistic chains, but as well when it comes to manufacturing footprint.
Polestar manufactures its cars at factories in Chengdu and Luqiao, China, and then exports them around the world. But building the vehicles in China for US export has its challenges. However, its next car, the Polestar 3, will be built in Ridgeville, South Carolina in an existing Volvo plant.
In Charleston, where this Polestar 3 will be produced for the US market, and not only for the US market.
Polestar partners with LG Chem and CATL to manufacture its batteries, but there are concerns that with the rising demand for EVs, there will be supply constraints. In March, Polestar announced it would be teaming up with ChargePoint for a more integrated charging experience for customers. Similar to EV makers Tesla, Rivian, and Lucid Motors, Polestar is selling its cars through sleek showrooms called Polestar Spaces. Service has been a challenge for other EV startups, but it has an advantage since Polestar is leveraging the existing Volvo network, and like Tesla, it's offering mobile service. While early to market, Polestar will be competing with established players like Tesla, which makes up 79.4% of US EV sales, as well as traditional automakers like GM and Ford introducing their own electric offerings. And as Polestar looks to the future, it has big plans.
The balance of this year is really about growing now and expanding and accelerating our presence and our volumes. We have to grow that credibility with customers. We're a new brand, new product, for many, many consumers, a new technology.
We really don't know how a lot of these startups are going to play out. And what really is going to drive a lot of this is consumer demand. And for Polestar to really be successful, they are going to have to establish a lot of things that many of the EV startups are fighting for as well.